Hello, and welcome to the Blackbridge Mindset Podcast, where culture, entrepreneurship, and business intersect to fuel inspiration. This podcast celebrates the power of diverse voices shaping the future of business. So, whether you're building a business, breaking barriers, or just looking for some serious inspiration, you're in the right place. The Blackbridge Mindset Podcast is hosted by your three favorite best friends, Mike, Ken, and CJ. So now sit back, relax, and absorb the gems being dropped on you by today's special guest.
And there we go. This is I don't even know what episode it is. 5? 6?
Five,
I don't know.
five.
I've lost count. Oh, it's 5? Okay, at least somebody's paying attention and keeping track because it's not me this Saturday morning. I'm still drinking coffee, so y'all might see me take a sip of that from time to time. Look at that, the coffee club. Wait, I'm gonna turn it around. I didn't like that logo that showed, the coffee club. I used to work for those who are listening, JC could see us and hear us, but I used to work for Tesla, and that's what was on the other side of this cup, so I need
You
to
should have thrown that out.
I know, but it's my favorite cup. Look, it's sleek and black. I just like it. I just need to
We'll
replace
get you
it.
another one. Yeah,
Right.
Thank you.
we'll get you a
Then
BBM one.
$5. What's that?
He has one.
Oh, that's right.
Get me a what? I didn't hear you.
A
You have a
black brick
BBM one. Yeah,
mug.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has one.
This morning I just reached in the cupboard, in the cabinet, and grabbed
yeah.
one.
That one should be out on your balcony with plants in
It should be in the garbage.
It
That's
should
where it
be
should
in the
be.
incinerator. Right.
it.
I'll just throw it
Okay,
off
big
my balcony,
word.
and wherever it lands is where it lands. But anyway, yeah, we just saw each other. We were all in Fort Lauderdale. Had a great time. Got some sun. Don't know if y'all can tell. We got a little sun kissed, all three of us.
Now
Um,
you got some sun.
I came back black and I was all about it.
Correct.
Because if there's ever a point in history where you need to show off your melanin, it is right now.
Say that.
exactly. Say it again. But yeah, anyway, I don't really have much to say today, but I am really excited about our guest who's on because the person who actually edits our videos, giving a shout out to Nia Noel. Um, I call her Nia Noel. I don't everybody some people just say Nia, some people say Noel. I don't know if she wants her last name out there. So Nia Noel is
We use Nia.
yeah, she edits all of our videos, so shout out to her. But this is one of her good friends, best friends, family. We can ask JC when she comes on, but she said you got to talk to her. She owns a business, she does great things. And yeah, so that's where we are. So with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and introduce her and we'll just go from there. As y'all can tell, this is very unscripted. That's why we should not be live. Anyway, so here we go. Has food ever stopped you mid bite and made you close your eyes for a second? Then you know what it feels like to have your palate elevated. Today's guest has built an entire brand around that feeling. She is the CEO and owner of the Bougie Palate, a luxury catering and private chef experience based in Tampa, Florida. With over 25 years of culinary and hospitality experience, she brings a truly one of a kind perspective to the table. Literally. Her roots trace back to Barbados, where her family introduced her to the bold, vibrant flavors of Caribbean cuisine. Those flavors traveled with her to Louisiana, where she developed a deep love for Creole cooking. And out of that beautiful collision of cultures, the Bougie Palette was born. She does luxury catering, private chef experiences, bougie to go weekend specials, and stunning grazing tables that'll make your guests forget what they were even talking about. Please welcome to the show, Chef JC Pinckney. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Welcome to the show, and thank you for coming on. Like I said, you're really good friends of our editor, and she spoke highly of you. And listen, just reading that and seeing all of your social media and your website, I wish I was in Tampa right now to have a
Correct.
taste of your food
First
because
question was going to be, do
yeah,
you
because
ship to go place?
everything in there it says bougie, uplifted, I mean, elevated. Like your food looks amazing. So I
Thank
will
you.
shut up now, and if you could tell the people who you are and how you got started.
Okay, so my name is Jacinta. I go by JC. I started back in 2020 when we were all home from COVID, and we had a whole lot of free time. So I just started watching cooking shows, and I've always known how to cook, and I've always cooked for people, but I just started learning new recipes. And I would call my friends over to come get a plate. Hey, try this out. It started to be a thing where people would come to my house every week and grab a plate. And my girlfriend stopped me in my tracks and she was like, you need to make this a business. And I'm like, girl, no, I just like making food and making people happy. She was like, no, you have a gift. You have a gift and you need to go ahead and start that business. And I'm like, I'm not a business person. Nah. But anyway, that's how that began. So I really got serious and established on 2022. And yes, I did that on purpose. And it's just been going up from there. My name, the Bougie Palate, came from going out to eat with my girlfriends. We love going to new restaurants and trying new foods. And usually when we have a plate or we have dishes, we try each other's dishes and I'll tell them, oh, that has rosemary in it. Or, oh, yeah, that has a little vinegar in it. And so my girlfriend was like, your palate is so bougie. Oh, my gosh. So that's how I birthed the name, the Bougie Palate.
I love it.
So, and some people say the Boogie Plate, but it's the Bougie Palate. Because it's just, so,
Who are those some people? Who those some people?
Don't do that.
But I think that you have to really look at the name and just really, because some people just zoom in and just automatically think it's Boogie Plate. I don't know. But yeah, that's how that name was created.
I love it.
Okay, my first question is: do you need a out of town taste tester? And
I do.
two, do you FedEx to
I
go
do.
plates? You never answered my question.
Okay, I don't FedEx to go plates. I don't. 'Cause I am very protective of my food and
Okay.
transport and everything. I have to transport my own food. So depending on where you are, you can fly me out. I'll cook for you.
Okay.
But no, I haven't got into shipping yet. No.
Now, did you wait? So you came from Louisiana to Tampa.
No. Oh
Oh,
no.
did I read that wrong?
Oh no. I mean, that's not the order, but so I was born in New York, went to Oklahoma. That's how me and Noel established our friendship. We've been friends for over 40 years. Um, and then I moved to Louisiana with my parents, of course, and then I moved to Florida, and then I was in Europe for 5 years, and I came back, went to Atlanta. So I've been around the world and I. So I've just gotten a whole lot of cultures and different cuisines and I just kind of combined just fused everything and here I am, just making food for everyone. So yeah, here in Tampa now. Florida's my default state. My parents retired here, so whenever things go wrong, I default back to Florida. But
Out of curiosity, all of these
mhm,
places and cultures that you've experienced, which ones are you drawn to the most?
Louisiana,
You
New
didn't
Orleans,
hesitate.
Louisiana. I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all been to New Orleans before, but they have the best food in the world. If you haven't went, you need to go. You need to go. Tampa used to have flights on Friday evenings for $100 round trip. You leave out Friday evening, you come back on Sunday. I used to just go to eat. I'm serious. I will fast all week and then I will fly out to New Orleans and eat. They have the best food in the world. And I've
Heard
been
that.
around the world. So, yes.
Oh, I'm excited because I have a friend who just moved from Dayton to New Orleans, and he's like,
Okay.
you gotta come visit. Open door policy whenever you're ready." And schedule's
Mhm.
pretty busy until about August time, so sometime
Yeah.
after August, I'm planning on going down to visit.
You got to go.
You
You
don't want
got
to
to
go
go.
there. You don't want to go there before September anyway.
Well, Essence Festival. I mean, I always have a good time when I go to
It's
Essence.
I understand that, but the heat and humidity
Ooh,
is
yeah.
what's going to get you. Like that's
Yes, honey. Yeah.
anytime after September, you're good to go. But have you two not been to New Orleans?
I
Never.
have not.
What? You're
Wow.
missing out.
I've never,
Next
for
year.
Mm.
some reason, had the desire.
Okay.
You need to have it. If you love food, you need to have the desire to go
Duh.
to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
My
I'm just saying, you need to go.
yeah, I've always had the desire because of the people, the culture, the food. I just want to
Yeah.
experience. Well, I can't think of it. The big festival in New Orleans.
Mardi Gras.
Oh, Mardi Gras.
Mardi
Mardi
Gras.
Gras.
Yeah, I wanna experience, like, all of that because everybody says it's just amazing and everybody's just
It's
living their best
amazing.
life, and,
Look,
That's
2027.
right.
Let's start planning.
Yes, that's right. And I'm gonna tell you, when you go to New Orleans, you need to probably schedule yourself 2 days off when you come back because you're gonna have to recover and you're gonna have to detox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
listen, I
That's
go out on a Friday night, and I still need 2 days to recover here in Chicago, so I
That
can only
hey,
imagine.
hey,
I'm gonna need a whole week.
I'm with you on that.
so. JC, you had mentioned in your introduction that you started over COVID and you started by watching cooking shows. Do you have a favorite chef?
I don't have a favorite chef. I do watch Kimmy. She's out of Jacksonville. She used to be in the Navy. I don't know if y'all watch her, but she says, "All right, then bye." It's just she's so personable,
Yeah.
such as myself, and she's so relatable too. And she just started cooking too, so she's not this whole big chef thing. But now she's been growing. I think she got married. She's been on the awards, BET Awards. So she's my inspiration. And also, I don't know if y'all know Pinky Cole, the slutty
Mhm.
vegan. I was watching her as well, and I got a few of her cookbooks. So I wouldn't say they're my favorites. I'm my favorite. So
Okay.
I watch everybody because you can get different techniques from each chef. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a new way to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way this time. So I just gather things from everybody, but no favorite chef. Mm-mm.
So I mean, this question is probably should come later, but you just brought it to mind.
Yeah,
So you're specifically right now, you consider a caterer and private chef. Do you have any desire to do brick and mortar?
no.
No?
No. Okay, so I used to manage brick and mortar, and
Uh,
the overhead, the time. I lived in that restaurant more than I lived at my house. It just it takes so much out of you. It really does. There's so much overhead, so many different personalities, so many. It's just things come at you so much. And I'm at a stage in my life where I'm trying to relax. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I want to relax. I want to be able to make it easy. And with catering, you can, kind of schedule when you want to work versus having to be at a restaurant every single day. Now, I am considering a food truck and pull it out, during festivals or, main events, but not an everyday thing. I just can't do it. It's not for the week. It's just, I'm just not at that stage in my life to do that. Mm-mm. If I had $1 for every time somebody asked me that, I would have a brick and mortar paid for. People ask me that all the time, and I just don't have no interest. I just remember it's just, I don't know, it's traumatizing to me when I have to run a restaurant. It's a lot.
Yeah. And so, segueing into that, during your intro, you also mentioned that in the beginning you started this during COVID or right after
Hmm.
COVID, and you really had no intentions of starting a business of this type. And you also mentioned that you had no idea how to even start or run a business. So that's one of this podcast is for people who have thoughts of being an entrepreneur or they're saying to themselves like I really want to open a business or I have this passion but I just don't know where to start. What
Hmm.
type of advice would you give to people who is at that place right now where they're like I don't know the first thing to do, I don't know anything about business, I shouldn't do this, I'm scared. What got you over that hump to be like, "You know what? I'm going to try this out, do it and figure it out as I go."
My advice to them is to find an SBDC in their area. It's a small business consulting group or organization. It is free. And shout out to Randy Hayes. SBDC kind of helps you develop what they talk with you, find out what your vision is, and then they plug in what you need to do. And I'm telling you, they help me every step of the way. I threw in my towel so many times and they threw it back at me, okay? Because they were like, you have something, you need the world to see it. And I'm like, nah. But they teach you financial literacy, business literacy, how to go about getting business credit, a business acumen, a business plan. It's just a phenomenal organization. It's SBDC. They have them in just about every major city, or you can just go online, and I think it's SBDC.org. You can go online and find out who in your area or the closest area where you can get a consultant. And like I said, I've been plugged into them for 4 years. 4 years. We have our meetings every week. We go over everything. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And I really do thank God for them, because I
These
had
meetings,
no
I'm sorry.
clue what I was doing.
Are these meetings one-on-one and catered to you, or are they like meetings with a bunch of different people?
It's 101. You get assigned a person, and yeah, it is 101. They come out to see you. They come out to my events and support me. Sometimes they help me at my events. They take pictures. They did a segment with me, a YouTube segment. I'll have to send you the link, but they have been so supportive of me. It is free. It's free 99. It's free. You can't be free.
Are the
And
are there people a part of this? Are they volunteers?
no,
They
they're
own other
they're actually
businesses?
paid. So I no, though they're actually employees. A lot of the SBDCs are tied to colleges. Like mine is connected to University of South Florida. So yeah, they're actual employees.
Okay, nice. So sticking with the business portion of it, what was the thing that scared you the most when people were like, "You should do this, you should do this, you should do this," um, in order for you to get started? I know you say you didn't know any of the business stuff, but was there one or
Yeah.
two things in the back of your mind being like, "I can't do this because of whatever those things are"?
I was scared because I do have a full-time job, and I'm a caretaker. I take care of my mom. I'm a single mom. And it's, how am I going to balance this? That's what I was scared and fearful of. And then I was like, what if they don't like my food? Or what if I price them wrong? It's so many things. I can write a book on the things I was fearful of. But again, SBDC was like, nope, you're going to do this. And I'm telling you, they have been super supportive of me. Super supportive.
Nice. So it was more of a mindset that shift for you to say,
Oh,
"Actually,
yeah.
I can do this. I have what it takes to make this happen, and I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do it."
I was scared. Sometimes I'm still scared. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to lie. When I first started, I was scared. Because we get so locked in to our corporate jobs, and we're so loyal to them, that we're so scared to step out on faith and step out on our own. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just got to take that leap.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. But now it's all about the balance of everything, because it gets overwhelming. It does. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's a cakewalk, because it's not.
But it's
It's
worth
a
it.
lot of, it is worth it. It is worth it. I love what I do. I love to make people smile. I love bringing people together with food. It is a ministry for me. So I'm able to bless people through my food, and just, catering to people. And I'm not talking about just putting food out there. Like, I bring people their plates. I bring extra napkins, or I refill their drinks. Like, it's more than just putting the food out there. It's a ministry for me. I've talked to a lot of the guests that are there that may have had a bad day, but me coming by and just sitting with them, bringing them a plate of pound cake or something, and they light up. I mean, just people just want other people to care and listen, and that's why it's more of a ministry to me more than anything.
Do you have a staff?
I do have staff. I do. They are 1099 contractors, for a reason, because I don't have events every day. So yeah, I do have staff.
Can you talk a little bit about how you made the decision to get staff, right? And then kind of how you work to manage staff, right? I think a lot of people who listen want to better understand how that works.
So I try to do everything on my own. You gotta have help, and I'm not talking about just basic. I'm talking about somebody that believes in your vision. I carefully selected and handpicked the people that work for me. I look at the work ethic. I'll look at the personality, the attitude, because my thing is, you represent me. So you're not gonna be out here looking crazy to my people,
Mhm.
because they hired me to do a job. So yeah, I have staff. We get along great. I make sure that I communicate as much as I can in detail. Like, where we're going, what to wear, what I'm serving, what your duties are, what time to be there, what time we're leaving, if it has a kitchen, if it has, you know what I mean? So they like that part, that I'm very detailed in what I do, and I'm very respectful to my staff because they don't have to be there, you know what I mean? But they believe in my vision. And so every event that I have, my clients are like, your staff is just, oh my God, the customer service is through the roof. And it doesn't surprise me because I picked them and they're a reflection of me. So it's very important to have a staff that believes in your vision. And that's what I built.
Just as a quick follow-on to that, how did you calculate that into your pricing, right? Because I know that there has to be the overhead costs, right? Staff,
Hmm.
travel
Hmm.
time, your time, all of that. Like, how did you get to the point where you understood how to price everything for your catering orders or for your private chef events?
So the pricing aspect, it has been very hard. It has been very hard. But one thing I've learned is that catering is a luxury. Okay. I used to go off of, because a lot of customers would be like, "Well, I only have this much, and I only have," and I would try to meet their budget. But nah. And I would go home sometimes $17. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I had to switch that real quick. I had to switch that up real quick. Again, the SBDC helped me with my financial acumen and pricing strategies. And at first I was like, oh my God, I'm charging that much. And they're like, yes, yes, this is your craft. They're paying you for a service. They're paying you for your craft. They're paying you for a pop-up restaurant at their event. So yes, this is what you need to charge. And I haven't had too much pushback, but I have had to say, I'm sorry, I'm just not the right caterer for you, because they want you to pull a rabbit out of a hat. And I can't do that. I can't do, I work too hard, too hard. Sometimes I'll go a whole 32 hours straight, no sleep,
Mm.
trying to prepare for an event. And that's my time away from my mom, my kids, my job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it weighs down on you. So yeah, they're gonna have to pay for that. You're paying for a service.
Yeah. And I'm happy you touched on that because I feel like a lot of people, when especially when they get started, they don't understand the value that they're bringing to other people.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, catering is not something that I would think of if I don't have funds available or some discretionary income to use for an event.
Mm.
So if I don't have
Mhm.
discretionary income, I'm not gonna call you up and be like, "Hey, can you cater this event?" So the people who are
Right.
calling you, I'm assuming they understand that they're gonna have to pay for your services. But the look in your face, you
But you know what? And I'll say this, I educate those people. I really do, because they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. I've had a customer say to me, after I send them a proposal, they'll say, what am I getting for all of this? What is the value in this? And when I broke it down to him, he apologized to me. People don't understand. It's not just about the food. It's about me project managing an event. It's a production. You know what I'm saying? I have to find out what stores have what, the pricing. And today's price ain't yesterday's price.
Mm.
You gotta, sometimes I go to 5 different stores. That's my gas. You know what I'm saying? That's my time. I gotta store it in a cooler, which is electricity. You have to wash the vegetables or whatever. That's water. There's so many elements to this. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time I have to rent a cargo truck or a box truck, and we know that's not cheap. I've paid $300 to $600 per event just for the box truck. Also, in the state of Florida, you can't cook at home, so you have to cook in a commissary kitchen. You have to be assigned to a kitchen. So I pay kitchen rent every month, whether I have an event or not. Then, when you do have an event, you have to pay for each hour you use that kitchen. So sometimes that's $600 out my pocket too. So people don't understand what goes into these catering events. So what I try to do is I educate people by giving them an itemized breakdown of what it is that I have to do to make sure your event is successful. And once they realize that, they're like, man, I ain't never thought about it. Of course you didn't, because people only think about the food. Another thing that I try to say in my head is, because people will try to tell you what they're going to pay. You don't go to Ruth Chris and tell them what to pay. You know what I'm saying? The price is the price. And if I don't meet your budget, I'll step aside and let somebody else handle it. But I will say, and I hate to be rambling, but I got to tell y'all this story. I did have a woman that reached out to me, and I gave her my proposal and everything, told her what she said, everything looks good, but I'm going to go with somebody because they are cheaper. I know we all heard the saying, you get what you pay for.
Pay for.
I saw her at another event, and she came up to me and apologized to me. And she said the person showed up, they just dropped the food off. She had on a bonnet and a dirty t-shirt on. Didn't set up nothing. The food was cold. She had no presentation. The food was not good. And she was like, I should have went with you. And I didn't, because I wanted to save some money in my pocket. But it really cost me because we had to go get Popeyes.
That is crazy.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like, well, let's work on something for your next event. You know what I'm saying? Sorry that happened to you. But like I said, my price is my price, and it's a price for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get all the bells and whistles. Like, when I tell you, I take all of my events personally. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if it's 1,000 people. I take every single event personal, and I work on it like a project. Right here, this is my binder of events that I've done. This is my system that I have. I take this seriously because these people are paying you money to make sure that their event is successful and that people are talking about it even afterwards. Because I don't know if y'all go to weddings or anything, but I'm telling you, people always talk about the food.
Yep.
They always talk about the food.
Yep. And I'd like to argue that one of the things you're also paying for is your expertise. You didn't just wake up yesterday knowing how to cook
Mm-mm.
food, right? So like you said, you've traveled to Europe, you've been all over the world, you've experimented with different foods, different flavor profiles, and everything else
Oh, yeah.
to come up
Mhm.
with this culinary experience that you're about to present to the client.
Mhm.
And they don't
That's
realize.
exactly what you're paying for.
Yep.
Exactly. They don't realize that they are paying for your experience and your
Expertise
history and
and
your knowledge
experience.
of food.
Mhm.
So I even argue that's even more important than everything else that you mentioned, getting the food, prepping the food. Like, you could probably tell me, CJ, and Kim, like, "Hey, go pick up these food items, wash them, cut them up, and put them in a thing." Explain it to us, and we could probably do that. But you ask us to cook it and present it the way that you do, and add in those, special touches, and you could probably taste something and be like, "Oh no, this is missing out of
Yep.
this."
All the time.
We can't do that. So I think
Mhm.
people should understand that they're also paying for your expertise and the wisdom that you've gained over the past 30,
Yeah.
40 years.
Oh, yeah. And might I add the measurements. People don't understand the measurements of, I had to feed 983 people in 1 week.
Imagine.
You have to have the mind to find out how much meat to buy. You know what I'm saying? How much seasonings to buy, how many lemons you need, how many onions you need. Thank God for Chat GPT. Yes, I use it. Yes, yes. Yes, it's very instrumental in my business, very much.
Yeah. Listen, I could barely cook properly for myself, so 900 people. Fix your face, CJ, fix your face.
I didn't say a word. I did not say a word.
Your face told it all.
It
It's
did.
all good. So,
It's not easy.
Hello, everyone. This is Mike with the Blackbridge Mindset. If you haven't already, please go like and subscribe at the Blackbridge Mindset on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, if you want to see our beautiful faces. Every click, every like, every follow that we have helps support what we are doing here, which is to provide information to new entrepreneurs who are looking to get into the business space. So, but with that said, we're going to let you get back to the show because, listen, JC is providing some food that is making me hungry, real hungry. So enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
JC, you had mentioned your binder. in your system. Can you
Hmm.
talk a little bit about how that developed? And is it always evolving? Like after each event, like you go back in
Oh,
and you refine. So can you talk a little bit about that?
okay, as far as the refinement, so part of my BDC assignments are to do an autopsy of every single event that I've done. What went right, what went wrong, what could I do better, everything. And so I have a note, the notebook has every event, the amount of people, where it was, what I served, and I tell the story of what happened. And that way I can tweak it to where it's better for my next event. So I do that. So that's why I have my events now to down to a science, but I still have my book for reference because like I said, I have so much going on that sometimes I need to just go back and say, okay, how did I do this again? So yeah, my system is it's methodical. Is it methodical? From the time the customer or the client calls me to the end of it tells you every step that needs to be done, everything. Because I'm telling you, it's a whole production. And in order for it to go smoothly, you have to have structure.
It sounds to me like that book is basically a book of experiences. You gain experience
Yep,
from doing the events, but then those events produce an experience for your guests. So that's a
absolutely.
valuable book. It's kind of like that book that Queen Latifah kept in there. I can't think of the name of the movie right now, but where she would cook something and then
The
put the
last
Yeah,
holiday.
recipes in it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
It's like the Bible. So,
yeah,
yeah, I go for reference.
I'm just
so,
putting it out there for you. I think you should use that book someday and actually publish something that says so that
mm,
Ooh,
other people
ooh,
could learn from it.
nice.
ooh.
Man,
Ah,
every week I'm just giving away something. I'm gonna
some
start
gems up in there. Oh,
I'm gonna
I already
start
got.
charging people. But
So
no, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, like I some people will pay for that because
Yes.
years of experience. In the next 5 or 10 years, you sit down, you work with a publisher or something and put all those experiences together because
Yeah.
it's almost like having a mentor. It
yep.
shortcuts their journey to say, "This is where I wanna get to. JC has been through it all. Let me read through her memoir, her notes, and everything else so that I don't make the same mistakes in the startup, and it'll help them grow their business even faster." So,
That's an excellent idea,
that
Mike.
could
Thank
be
you. I love that. I
very
love that
valuable.
idea.
You mentioned that you worked with SBDC to get started and to understand how to run your business. What are some of the looking back, some of the things that you learned that you experienced to get started? What if I am considering I can cook well? I want to start a barbecue business. What are some things that you can share with our audience that will help them get set up that you had to go through?
Get your pricing locked in. Get your pricing locked in. The price is the price. The price, don't let them talk you down. People will talk you down to their budget. Don't do that because it will put you in complete exhaustion. And usually the people that talk you down are the clients that will run you to death throughout the event.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's how I know. When your budget $500 to feed 100 people, I be like, yeah, I'm busy that day. Because I can't, because I already know you're gonna be a problem child. You know what I'm saying? And you want 4 meats, 3 sides, cornbread, rolls, sweet tea, lemonade, and dessert and banana pudding. No. So you got to be able to have that discernment to know if that's your customer or your client or not.
Okay, that's still
Don't
funny.
take. Huh?
I'm sorry. Just that picture of somebody saying $500 for 100 people, and I tried to break that down, $5 per person, and then my mind went
I
to,
get it
like,
all
a
the time.
McDonald's Happy Meal. I'm like, "Who pick why?"
Mhm.
I get it all the time. Oh, what can I get for $200? You can get Publix. I don't know if y'all have Publix out there. You can get Publix. That's what you can get. They got the chicken wings. I think it's 20 chicken wings. You can get Publix. Because I'm not getting out my bed for $200 to feed 50 people. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So yeah, you gotta have that discernment on what jobs to take. All money ain't good money.
Right.
Okay. And don't jump every time somebody calls. You can deny events or you can deny a customer or a client and nicely, or you can refer them to somebody that will take them. But I used to take everybody. I didn't care how much money you had. Because I was just trying to appease everybody, but it was wearing me out. And sometimes I would have to put in my personal money just to make up for what they wanted because they didn't have enough. I learned my lesson real quick with that. So you got to have a discernment. Definitely have to have a discernment. I will also say keep your personal money and your business money separate. Don't let it spill in together. That is a stew for trouble. It's just don't do it. Keep personal and keep business. Organization, keep yourself organized. That's one of my tasks I'm going to do today is reorganize my garage with my supplies and stuff, and I'm going to label each box what's in it with the checklist, because one thing I hate is when I have an event and I'm all over the house trying to look for a whisk or a spatula or this or that. No, it's keep your personal stuff with your personal stuff and your business stuff with your business stuff. Another thing, keep it professional at all times. I haven't had anybody really get crazy with me because I just don't put out that spirit in the first place. But just always keep it professional, whether you're on social media network, whether you're in public, you know what I mean? What you're posting, like all of that. People look at everything. And I have some high paying clients, and I have to be very careful of what I post because they believed in me based on what I've shown them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just keeping it low profile, but still advertising your business. Another thing I would advise to is balance. Get your rest. I work about 90 hours a week now. I gotta stop. I gotta stop that because you will run into a
So
brick
you don't
wall.
sleep,
I do sleep,
you nap.
but yeah. But one thing about your body, it will pay you back. It keeps count. You know what I'm saying? It keeps count. And I'm telling you, last weekend, I couldn't get up. I had worked 80 hours that week and I tried to get up last night. I couldn't get up. So get your rest, self-care. You know what I'm saying? I do have a therapist. Yes, mental health. You got to keep yourself, get a therapist. If you have certain meds, make sure you're taking your meds. Any resources that are out there that are for free, take advantage of it. There's so many small business organizations that are willing and wanting to help you build your business. I tell people all the time, take advantage of that. I give out Randy's cards all the time. So, you're not by yourself in your business. You do have support. You just have to get out there and find it. But yeah, I think that's enough.
No, that's awesome. And just refresh my memory, did you have people management a background, or did you have any history of managing people or inventory before
Mhm.
you started?
Yes. So I don't know if y'all know Papados. Have y'all heard of
I've heard of it,
Papados
yeah.
before? Okay, so I managed Papados, front of the house for 3 years, and I managed 84 people. I was in my late 20s, early 30s when I was doing this. And like I said, it was one of the hardest jobs that I had, but it was my development. It was character development. It was business development. It was customer service and development. And at Papados, one thing I will say is you go through a boot camp, okay? And they teach you every single position in the restaurant, whether it's bussing, shucking oysters, back of the house, cooking, salad. You have to learn every position. And I love that because I was able to, if an employee wasn't able to come in that day, I could jump in and do it. Even cleaning the bathrooms. That gave me a lot of experience and built my business portfolio as far as what it takes to run a restaurant. And that's probably why I don't want to. But
I used to
yeah,
work restaurants,
so
so I get that part.
you get it, right? Get it. And I hate to be such a bummer about that, but I'm just being honest. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It's not for the weak. If someone is lazy, this business is not for you.
And listen, you're talking to somebody who tried to start a catering business. This was,
Okay.
2000, like 2006?
Okay.
Yeah, me and my partner with somebody who should not be named started a catering company, and I was not the cook. He was the cook. And after we did, like, our first 2 events, I was like, "We're cutting this." That was the
Mhm,
business side of things. He was getting everything, and I was
I'm gonna have
like
to
mhm.
refresh this off air because I don't recall this.
I'm like, "No, sir. No, sir." It was called L Mills. L for Love It, Mills for his last name, L Mills.
Enough
And
said.
and Like he was great. He cooked well, but his business acumen and how he presented himself and how he got from point A to the final product, mess. Complete and
Yeah.
utter mess. The
Yeah.
presentation was great. People would look at it and be like, "Oh, this is really nice. This is really cute. The food was good." But to get there,
And that's why I'm so happy that I went and got my project management certification because this is project management.
mhm,
So if y'all ever need or just want to do something that will help elevate you, go and get a project management certification. It will help you because it's not just one area. It can help project management on how to clean your house. It's just because it's their systems, their processes. And if you don't have that structural process or streamlined, yes, it can be a mess. It can be a mess. I just thank God that I went and got my certification because I don't know if I could be where I'm at without it.
Out of curiosity, you sound like you there's a method to your madness when it comes to your events. You've hand selected your staff. You have your book of experiences, basically. You have your project management background. When an event is in process, how do you go about making sure the production runs smoothly?
I am so hands-on at my events. Like I said, before each event, I have what's called like a pre-shift meeting. And that's the expectations of everyone. They already knew what they were supposed to be doing because I texted, hey, today you'll be on beverages and desserts. So you'll be on salads. And I put what everybody is doing. So everybody knows what everybody else is doing. And then I have a pre-shift. Hey, looks like a lot of people are coming in. They're on time today. So we got to hustle. I'm very hands-on throughout the whole event. You will never see me disappear. And I'm also ADHD. So I gotta I'll be doing something and then I'm doing something else and then I'm doing something else and then so I'm just everywhere. But I gotta know what's going on. I gotta know that this is running smoothly. And it seems chaotic to me, but everybody else is like, oh my God, you are like a powerhouse. So I guess I operate out of chaos. But it seems to the outsider that it's structured and it just always goes good. It always does good. Does that answer your question, CJ?
It does, and hearing you describe it, it brings me to for some reason I'm envisioning, a Beyonce pregame before a concert. You're that like that woman handling it all. You say your prayer and it's go
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. 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 I do say a prayer. Every event I say a prayer. And I'm telling you, whew, it is a lot, you guys. It is a lot. It takes me about 2 or 3 days to actually recover from my events. It's a lot. But like I said, I do it because the clients, they need someone to do this. They need someone to take that
They're
stress
paying
off of
for.
them. That's what they're paying for. But a lot of caterers, they just drop off the food. I'm very self-conscious. When I cook my food, I need to know where it's going. I need to know how it's being set up, if it's brought to temperature. I have to stay the whole time. I do. That's why I don't like doing drop-offs. I'll drop it. I'll say it's a drop-off, but I end up staying. And I was told I need to stop doing that. But I'm very particular on my food because I spent so much time putting it together. You're not gonna have my stuff. Ain't nobody gonna talk about my stuff.
What is one of the largest events that you catered?
This was back in April. It was 700 people.
oh my god.
It was at a wine fest. And it was a line. So yeah, 700 people.
And that took you
And
how many days to prep for?
that was like 2 days. That was 2 days. But I will say that pasta is probably the best thing to cook for large groups because it can go for a long time. At that particular event, I had pasta and bread, salad, whatever, and it just goes by really fast. Um, so yeah. And then I did have, I don't know if I'll do this again. I had two events in one day. I had a wedding in the morning and I had a birthday party in the afternoon. That was about 350 people. So I had to do two separate cuisines at two different places. And it worked out good. It was tough.
Curiosity though, when you got crowds of that size and that much food to prepare, how do you cover your upfront costs to get
Right.
prepared?
So when I do events, they have to give me a 50% deposit. They have to. Just I don't call it deposit no more. I call it retainer. They have to give me a 50% retainer. That's what I use to buy the food. Because I don't want to touch my money and I don't want to use a credit card. To secure me, to secure my date, this is the retainer. And now if it's a wedding that's a year off, I may ask for 30% and then you can make payments throughout the year or whatever. But most of my events are 50% up front.
Do you do taste testing? You said wedding, and it made me
I do.
think of taste testing.
I do tastings and I charge for that too. I got spanked, I got slapped on my hand because I was doing tastings and not charging people. My
Well, look, can I
mentor was
schedule
like,
like 5 tastings for 2027?
yeah, yeah, but I wasn't charging people at first. And my mentor was like, but you working. You need to get paid. They want to taste your food. You got to go to the store. You got to cook it. No free food. They got to pay for that. They paying for your time. It's your time, time you can't get back. Always get paid for your time.
Mhm. I'm happy you
Yes,
said
I
that
do.
because in my mind, I was thinking a tasting is just something you show up for free. Like, you don't pay for. You taste the food, you place your order, then you pay for that portion. Yeah, that's something I would not have thought about. I would've just showed up, "Alright." So I would've been that
Right,
person that you would've been like, "Sir, where's your credit card?" Like, "Why?" But it makes sense, though.
right.
It makes 100% sense.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of because I don't have a brick and mortar, and my kitchen is far. My kitchen that I have to cook in is an hour and a half away. So I typically go to the client's house or clubhouse or wherever they're at. I bring the food to them and I do a presentation. I'll put it on a paper plate. I don't do paper plates and I don't do no foil. So I do a whole presentation with porcelain plates and I serve them. So you're getting an experience because I want you to know that I care about your event. This is how it's going to be presented. First impressions is everything.
Right.
My tastings are actually a private session and but I don't charge something astronomically, but it's within it covers the food and it covers my gas. So yeah, and then I used to apply what they paid for the tasting to the bill if they hire me. I was told stop doing that.
Mm,
That's separate. You provided a service of your tasting.
It's almost like the
They have
tasting
to,
was free.
yep.
yep, you got it, CJ. So I'm learning. I learn every day.
No, I love all of this. I could continue talking to you for another hour, but we're coming up
Mhm.
on an hour. So I wanna respect your time today because 'cause I'm sure you got a lot going on
No,
your plate.
I like this. Go ask away. Go ahead. Ask. I kind of like this because it's not often that people really pick my brain on what I do. They
Mhm.
just look at my videos and oh my God. But nah, they don't know behind the scenes. Woo!
Real
Yeah.
quick, before we close out, you just brought up something that I'm curious about with you being a private chef. What do you use for marketing? I'm assuming you use social media and word of mouth, but do you have any other things that you pursue to get your name out there?
So of course I use social media. It's free. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I post every day, all day. Yes. Yes. And I make my own videos. My pictures. My daughter, she helps me a lot too. She's 16 years old. She does a lot of my videos and she helps me with my business as well. My mom helps me with my business and I don't care who it is. I pay my people because it's their time. But as far as marketing goes, it's word of mouth. When you have a good personality and a good spirit and you putting good out there, your name will travel. Cause I'm telling you, I have people ask me how I got into doors that they couldn't get in. And I just tell them it's the God in me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, it's all about word of mouth and how you treat people. I treat everybody with respect, from the janitor to the president of a company. I'm gonna treat you with respect. And people, I'm telling you, people want someone that's respectful and has a great personality and is a servant and just delivers good work. Word of mouth has been my marketing, definitely.
Yeah. And so for people who are listening to this right now and thinking in their head like, "Hey, maybe I wanna have, call up JC and have an event." What is your, like, target area? What's the smallest event you would do, and what's the largest event you will do? And then also, if you're willing to travel, how far out what's your radius for catering an event?
The smallest I would do, I've catered one person. I've catered one person and like I said, I catered up to 700, which was actually 983 people that whole entire week. Don't know if I'll do that again. But, I don't know. I think my max, I guess I could go up to 1,000 because I know I can handle it now. I just know what I need to do. And like I said, it was well executed because I had a system, I had an assembly line, so it worked out good. And what was the second part of your question? I'm sorry, Mike.
Um, if someone were to reach out to you, what's the max radius? Are you willing to travel cross
Oh,
country or
yeah. If they willing to pay, I'll fly out. I'll fly out, but they got to be willing to pay. And that's covering some like flights,
Like
hotel.
hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
travel expenses? Yeah.
And I have traveled before. It it can be difficult because I can't bring all my Japanese knives on the plane, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta ship it ahead, sometimes the places that I go to don't have the stores that I normally shop at. Restaurant Depot is a very popular store that I shop at. Of course, Sam's, Costco, stuff like that. Some places don't have that. So you gotta that's another thing. You gotta find out what's in that area that you can go and buy from because you can't take all that food on a plane. You got to go buy it when you get there, get it Instacarted to you when you get there. So it's definitely it's a cost.
Mhm. Okay. I
But
may have a
oh,
little, like, shindig or something at, like, a cabin or something and be like, "Hey, JC, gonna have, 20 people in the cabin. Can you come out and cater for us for the weekend?"
yeah, I've done that before where they get an Airbnb and they want a chef for the weekend and they'll have a room for me and I'll cook for them the whole weekend. And that has been it has been so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy doing that. It's a lot of fun because I feel like I'm a part of the family. And I stay in touch with them to this day. So that was a great experience. And I will do it again.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this has been amazing, and now I'm hungry because I haven't eaten breakfast, and I'm
I'm
still looking.
hungry too. I think I'm gonna make me something,
Oh, yeah?
omelet or something.
Well, I was about to say, what does JC cook for herself for breakfast?
So I might make me a seafood omelet with some shrimp and some
Mm.
lump crab and spinach and cheddar cheese and some biscuits.
Listen, how long does it take to
And
fly from Chicago to Tampa? I'm on my way.
it's a
Probably 3
3-hour ride.
hours.
And I went to Chicago in July for 4 days.
Are you will be up here, you said?
I will be in Chicago.
You
My
doing the
my
taste?
baby. Am I doing a taste? No,
Mm.
my baby won her art competition for the NAACP AXO program. So she won here locally and she's going to nationals in July.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Congratulations
And
from all of us.
her name is Brooklyn. So look out for her name. She's a great child. She's a really good kid, straight A student, taught herself to play the guitar, chess. She's just a really great person.
Do your
That's awesome.
thing, Brooklyn.
Right.
Yes. Yes. I'll be there in July.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Okay. I'm here, so I'll say hello. We'll keep in touch, and then if you have
Yeah,
time,
absolutely. I'll make time for Mike. I will. I will make time for Ken, Mike, and CJ.
I
Are
love
y'all
this.
all in Chicago?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm in
Yeah.
Atlanta and CJ's
Where's
Yeah.
in
he at?
Columbus.
And where?
Columbus,
Columbus,
Ohio.
Ohio.
Hello, everyone. This is Mike with the Blackbridge Mindset. If you haven't already, please go like and subscribe at the Blackbridge Mindset on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, if you want to see our beautiful faces. Every click, every like, every follow that we have helps support what we are doing here, which is to provide information to new entrepreneurs who are looking to get into the business space. So, But with that said, we're going to let you get back to the show because, listen, JC is providing some food that is making me hungry, real hungry. So enjoy the rest of the show. Bye. I'm going to throw Ken under the bus like I always do. Ken, if you actually, we got a couple of things to do, but yeah, if you want to explain what we're going to do next, and then we'll start closing out the show.
So next up, JC, is we are going to ask you to answer the question from the last person that we interviewed. Okay,
So,
go ahead.
JC, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years as an entrepreneur?
So I want to have my own commissary kitchen or ghost kitchen, aka ghost kitchen, because where I'm at, I'm in Polk County. They only have one here. And like I said, in the state of Florida, you have to be tied to a kitchen. That kitchen is always booked. They can't take any more people. So I have to go to Pinellas Park, which is an hour, almost an hour and a half away to my kitchen to cook each time. I want my own commissary kitchen for caterers in Polk County to be able to come and cook and make their creations. I also want my own place to cook. And I also want to have like a pop-up stand where people can come and get food on Fridays and Saturdays or on the weekends. So that'll be like another revenue stream. Also, the parking lot I want to have available for people that have food trucks because you can't park food trucks in residential areas. So they would pay rent to me to or storage rent to store their food truck at my commissary kitchen. And so I just that's my vision for the next 2 years. And I also want to get a van. And I don't want no kidnapping white van. I want a Sprinter. Okay. A refrigerated Sprinter.
She said, I do
So
not want a stranger danger van.
I don't want no stranger danger van, no getaway van. I could probably get it wrapped, but have y'all seen the price to wrap a vehicle? My God.
I'm
No,
picturing Boogie Plate for real, man.
right? Yeah. So yeah, next 2 years, I want a commissary kitchen. I want to grow my business. I love my job, but my passion is here. I want to do catering on a more bigger scale and get contracts to where it can sustain me from years to come and I can retire in the next 10 years.
Have you thought of cooking show?
I just did a cooking show for Diaz on Fox 13. I was their guest chef. I did a 30-minute segment, but they're like, we want you to come back. We just love your energy and we think that you could really be a staple to this audience.
You have to send us the link when you get it so we can put it on our
Oh,
social media.
absolutely. I gotta see it first. I'm so scared. I'm scared to death. Oh God, I'm scared to death.
I'm sure you did.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but anything like you have been today, you're fine.
Yeah.
No, but guys, cooking on TV is not like cooking at home. It is so stop and go and rushed at the same time. So I am so frightened on how this video or how this show came. But they called me to come back.
So it must have went well.
What about a cookbook? Have you thought about doing a
Yes.
like
I want to do a cookbook. And it would be Caribbean, soul food, and Creole recipes. And I want lots of pictures because I'm a visual learner. So I'm gonna have lots of pictures, colored pictures. I do want a cookbook.
That book sounds real cute. I'll buy one. It'll sit on my counter.
Okay. And I'm gonna be cute on my cover. With all the food with the spread out. I'm gonna be cute on my cover. I'm ready. So yes, Ken, it's coming.
Okay.
It sounds like another revenue stream for you could be to teach people to cook.
You know what, CJC? You've been reading my.
No, it was just brought to my attention.
I just got a contract to teach a class, a culinary class for the summer.
Nice.
I just secured that contract.
Look at you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just secured it. I'm getting all the supplies now, their own cutting board, their own knives, their own aprons, their own shirts and the gloves, because I want each station to have the same thing. And I'm going to do a fun class, very interactive. Because I'm ADHD, my attention span is not very long. So I'm not going to be standing up there talking. We're going to be working and doing stuff. And it's going to be a lot of hands-on. So the kids that I'm going to teach this summer are so super excited. And so I'm going to show y'all pictures of that too. So I'm just elated about that. I really am excited.
Awesome. Real,
Nice.
real
Yeah.
short and quick, but have you ever thought about hiring operation managers so that you can have multiple events at the same time and have a lead at each one?
Yes. Yes. I definitely need to do that. But it's like this is like my
I
baby.
know it's hard, but it's gonna allow you to grow so much faster and do so much more and allow you to, not work 90 hours a week. And yeah, I highly recommend. And that's just something one of my mentors have always told me is, hey, if you buy this business, don't be the person working in the business all the time. Have an operations manager. They run the day to day. You run the business.
But it's hard to find people out there you can trust.
Hmm. I get it.
You know what I mean? Because you don't know what the people's intentions are. Like when I tell you I eat, breathe this business, they like I want an operations manager. I do. But
It
I'm gonna have
sounds
to
like you may
interrogate
have
them.
a few people currently on your 1099 team that maybe you could tap on the
Right.
shoulder and like,
Yeah.
let me give you a little bit more responsibility and see how you handle it. Like you
Bring
may
your own
already have somebody on
processes.
your team that you could start moving up little by little just to see how they operate.
That's very insightful that you said that because that person just came into my brain. They're about to retire, and they're like, I don't know what else I'm gonna do after this.
There you
There you
go.
go. I'll send you an invoice
So
for
yeah,
this.
just itemize the detail, please.
All right. So now that you've answered the question from the last guest, what question would you like to ask the next guest?
My question to the next guest is, what's one sacrifice people never see behind your success?
Wow. I can't wait
And
to ask.
I do have parting words too for advice for entrepreneurs whenever y'all ready.
Okay. Hey, listen, the next thing I was just going to ask, how can people get in touch with you? Where do they find you on the
Oh.
socials?
So Instagram, the Bougie Palate, TheBougiePalate. That's also on TikTok, the Bougie Palette, and the bougiepalette.com. I made my own website. Yes, it took me 3 days to make it, but I made my own website.
It looks amazing.
I'm also on Facebook, but I usually direct people to Instagram, TikTok, and my website, of course. Not the boogie plate, the Bougie Palette, BOUGIEPALATE palette.
I'm looking at
Palette.
your website right now and the bougie French toast, the fluffy pancakes, these buttermilk biscuits.
Baby, baby, I'm trying to tell you, we
Yeah.
big backing over here.
I'm going to do how you do. I'm going to fast for a week and then I'm going to hang
Yep,
out with you for 3 or 4 days.
there you
Done.
go.
All right. So we're going to do one thing and then we'll let you do the parting words and then we'll say
Okay.
our goodbyes or see you laters. So at the end of each show, we do this thing called the Wakanda peace pause. Don't ask questions. It's or how it came up. But at the
I'm
end, we're just
pending.
gonna do a pose that's like this. So like Wakanda, peace sign, and then you're just gonna pause and
Oh,
smile at
oh,
the camera for a few seconds. And then I use it just later.
All right. Everybody ready? Ready? Five, four, three, two, one. Okay.
So with that said, typically this is where we end the show and we say our see you laters. But JC, I would love for you to go ahead and close out the show with your parting thoughts.
okay. So, my advice to entrepreneurs out there, don't let fear or exhaustion stop you from walking in your purpose. Start where you are, stay consistent, and trust that what God gave you has room to grow. Um, that's basically it. And just keep God first. I'm telling you, keep God first in your business.
Yeah,
That's
Mhm.
perfect. Well, I appreciate you. You've been an amazing guest.
absolutely.
Um, I would
Great.
Thank
love
you.
to, in a year or so, reach back out to you and be like, hey, let's chat again, see how things have changed, see what's going on with you. We want to come down to Tampa at some point. We'll get the gang together
Absolutely.
and schedule something because, listen, I want to taste your food. It looks amazing, sounds amazing,
Thank you.
and whatever invoice you send me, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Can we get a discount?"
We'll do a
No, I'm just
trade.
kidding, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
No,
Just
we'll do a trade. We'll do a trade.
What can we get for $5 a person?
Wait, can Publix,
kidding.
7-Eleven, a piece of pizza with a drink,
We get a drink?
Arizona.
No, but for real, I can't wait to see where you take this. And, in a couple of years, when you're ready to expand and do your kitchen and everything, and you need an investor, hit me up. I don't got a lot of money, but I got some money, and I believe in you and what you're going. So I'll take my little
Thank
bit of
you.
change and help you out if I can.
Shoot, that little bit means a lot to me. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And
I
listen,
appreciate
CJ and
that.
Ken got money too. I'm gonna
Okay,
talk to
I'm
them and be like,
You don't know my pockets?
they
This
got
is
money. They just don't know they got money.
We do know 'em. You just got short arms with deep pockets.
oh,
Little T-Rex over there.
Right.
Y'all crazy.